up front. So again, we have focused mainly on lighting. The purpose is we kept it simple. It is simple. It is as much as one light bulb. You can define it. You can create a stable process of which to build your model off of. We then used the tax credits. Still don't know anything about them. Commonwealth helped us pull that together with their partners. We came in with energy loans for the CapEx to fund the purchase of that light bulb, and then used the savings generated to pay that back. We focused on what we knew, and that's where the energy was, what we used, and what would change our energy consumption. We did not focus on anything else. We got a partner who put us and connected all those pieces together for us and delivered upon the outcomes of which we laid out in the beginning. Here's an example. Montage project. We have a large warehouse and operation center on the hill in Montage. We basically replaced the lighting. We reduced the consumption from 129,000 kilowatt hours to 43,000 kilowatt hours. That generated savings of almost $6,000 a month and a payback of 8 months. Those are good deals. It was very simple, definable. The output was clean. And there's a host of things that come behind that. As was mentioned earlier, it's good to consider the environment in business practices. That was not lost upon us, but we drove from the data first, then focused on the other soft benefits. Our clients also like that fact that we were looking at environmental concerns. Typically, we work with Fortune 500 companies. It's a major part of what they do. And so it was a good way from our perspective that we were taking care of the environment and being a good partner for them. In addition, there are other soft benefits. The employees, in a time of economic recession, they saw activity. They saw investment into the building. They saw things happen. Then they saw new, bright, aware space. Those are soft benefits that you can't put cost on. So there are a lot of soft benefits that go on with these projects after the fact, but again, we focus very much on the data and the outcomes. And that's one example. Our headquarter building here in Scranton, that's what it looked like yesterday. Nobody on the street, nobody around for the last 2 days. There we did a lighting retrofit. We also did timing mechanisms. So different spaces, light would come on, it would stay on for 10 minutes, and then it would go off if no activity occurred. Motion sensors, things of that nature. 20-month payback, we reduced expenses by 28%, reduced consumption by 32%. Again, we kept it very simple and focused on what we knew. Our facility in Gordonsville, Virginia, large warehouse, 225,000 square feet, had these big, gigantic lighting units that made huge sounds when they came on and hummed all day long. We changed those out, put in timing mechanisms that as you walk through the space, the lights would come on. They would then go off over a period of time. Reduced expense and consumption by 30+%. Payback 14 months. Now again, it was very easy when we first started to get focused on all kind of interesting things, from solar panels to geothermal energy. Those are complex. They change from time to time. How much you save is dependent upon how cold it is this winter. They may be good projects and we may get there someday, but we kept it simple and focused on lighting, electricity, again, very definable. So what did we accomplish? We lowered overhead during a recessionary period. We mitigated risk, and this is where we started when we set out, was we were concerned about the 30% price increases that are due to hit in January. So we reduced our consumption. We controlled what we could control. Zero out of pocket. We financed this all, didn't impact our CapEx, didn't take away from other projects that we wanted to drive in our core part of our business. You can take these projects, get financed off of it. You can see the savings, it's clear, and you can package that all up as well as with the tax credits, et cetera. It's very easy to do if you connect with the right people. We built trust with Commonwealth Energy. We've done 3 projects. We have 15 buildings, and we have a lot more to do, and we also have more complex activities to do. But we built that trust by, delivering on the outcomes, and that's, again, where we focus. So we did nothing except the data gathering, and then define the focus, and then turn the rest over to our partner. As I mentioned, it also built credibility. You see, during tough times, it sends a strong message. Investment back into the facilities, into the production floors, investment back into the space, monitoring and taking care and reducing expenses where you can. Those are all good signs to send to your workforce. And then we're looking to build upon those results. I mentioned we're targeting Houston, Texas, and Jacksonville, Florida, 2 of our other facilities. Again, keeping it very simple and focused on lighting. We'll get into the more complex things as time, presents that, but also as opportunities present. Right now, I can't make sense of all the different things that are out there. So we focused where we could make sense of it. Just also to throw in, we did not necessarily take this approach and only this approach. We also looked at other things that were very data-driven that we could control. We replaced our fleet, for example. Not part of this scenario, but also wanted to give you a sense of things that are very data-driven. That's where we focused. We knew how many miles we drove each day, where we went. If we could increase that miles per gallon, we would reduce consumption. If gas went to $4, we did what we could do to control that aspect of it. If it stayed at $2.50, then we had a benefit from it. So again, we sourced a partner using the smart sourcing method and used financing to fund the entire thing. Neither or any of these projects did we hit our CapEx number and take things away from our core part of our business. Not as simple as one bulb at a time, but not all that far different. We had a substantial impact during difficult times, during pressure from multiple entities and multiple sources in our business model, and we were able to achieve savings, benefit the environment, send a signal to our employees. So switching to save can make a difference, and it has for Diversified. And again, from my simple approach, that's how we dealt with it at Diversified. Happy to take any questions if anybody wants to know any more details. And that's all I have.